Yo!
Back to
Bro.
what matters now.
Back now.
If only you say it right.
Um,
Talk about playoffs.
Playoffs for the playoff picture of the NFL. Season's over. Woo!
Barely eking it in as you did.
Alright, Ravens barely make it. I'm a Raven fan. He's a Patriot fan. As you
Number
can
one
see by his little
seed.
thing, they're number 1 seed,
Home
whatever.
field advantage.
Alright.
But
So,
wild card.
Wild card weekend. First game is going to be the good old Arizona Cardinals, who are collapsing, going against the Carolina Panthers, who never really didn't collapse. They've been collapsing all year, but
they're on a roll now. They've been winning.
Yeah, they won, I think, 2 games.
But let's talk about the real matchup here is the defense versus Cam Newton and Carolina getting a quarterback. Because the real problem in Arizona, when they had a solid quarterback in Carson Palmer, they were winning games easily. Because even the defense made plays, and the offense can at least score. Now, because they can't score, the defense can't.
Well, the defense is falling too. Defense isn't as, and that's a lot. You made a point earlier. They're on the field a lot more because their offense isn't doing that well. And I just think as a whole,
and also now
their defense or their offense
has not produced any points.
I cannot see them putting up at least
20 points,
over 17 points against Carolina Panthers.
I don't see it either.
I can't see it.
Because here's the problem with the Carolina Panthers versus the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a blitzing team. Bruce Arians, he's in the running for Coach of the Year because what he did with the Cards.
Yeah.
He is live and die by the blitz.
Yeah.
He will blitz no matter what situation to bring pressure. And against quarterbacks like Cam Newton or Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And last week against Russell Wilson lit them up.
590 yards.
And 200 of them from Russell Wilson alone.
That was 2 years. I guess that was 2 weeks ago.
Over. Well, but from another mobile quarterback to another mobile quarterback, a solid, not as Legion as Boom defense, but still a solid pass rush defense.
And a solid rush defense, like you were pointing out. And if they make, who's their quarterback?
Ryan Lindley, I think, is the starter.
If they make him have to put up 3 touchdowns, it ain't happening. And that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to press the box. They're going to put 8 men in the box. And they're not going to let them run for over 100 yards. And if they don't do that...
I see Cam Newton get at least another 2 touchdowns this game, along with...
I'm not going to say that. I'm not gonna say that, but I think our score, we might see a score of
I see 34 to like 12.
34-12. You're gonna say 34? I'm gonna write this down. 34-12.
It's Carolina.
I'm gonna say a little less than that. I'm gonna say it's gonna be
Maybe they blew out the Falcons last week. Well, this 2 days ago.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be 13 to 24. Carolina's gonna win this one.
Yeah.
I think overall, I think Arizona might make a play on special teams. The defense is good enough to cause. Yeah, the defense is good enough to cause a couple interceptions.
Legit,
but I think when it all comes down to it, Carolina's just gonna overpower them in 4th quarter. Let's move on.
Next, 8:15 at night.
8:15 at night. Ravens and Steelers.
Classic rivalry of the AFC North. Smack. The Steelers. Last time they played the Ravens. Dominated them. But before that, the Ravens dominated them from making them have a 26-6 loss. The way I see it, it all depends on Le'Veon Bell. Because if those who watch Sunday Night Football, Le'Veon Bell took a shot to the leg that made the entire Steelers Nation go like...
Yep.
Not an ACL tear, MCL tear, hyperextended knee, which means most than likely he'll play, but he won't be 100%. He'll be like maybe 70% at best.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Steelers right now that make them so potent is like the triplets of the old Cowboys in the 90s. They had Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and Mike Irvin. They have Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
But like the triplets, whenever one went down, the Cowboys had a shitty season.
Yeah.
Now the Steelers, they've been riding Le'Veon Bell the last 4 or 5 weeks. Statistically speaking, he's 60% of their offense. So that means without him at 100%, that means they're going to need to either throw the ball a lot more,
which they're going to have to do.
Rely on those other running backs that we really don't know much about.
Look, if they rely on their other running back, they're going to have to throw the ball more. I think if Ben Roethlisberger sits back and throws the ball 40 times, we're going to be sacking them 2 or 3 of those. I mean, Ravens have
a pass rush.
Ravens have the number 1 pass rush. Ravens have the number 1 duo.
The number 1 sack duo.
Which is what we're talking about. And I think they can cause... Last time we played them, even though we lost, we sacked them, I think, 6 times. And I think we can sack them 6 times again, cause a turnover, maybe 2, off of those sacks. And I think overall, the Ravens are going to be able to bring pressure on the Steelers. But I'm still going to have to pick the Steelers to win the game.
Yeah, this is the debate right now with the...
Especially...
But what I see is this is the matchups I see. Steelers, against a milky nose distant secondary, but a great pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the flip flops the same with the Ravens. They're going against a somewhat decent pass rush. They can get to the quarterback a little bit, but that secondary is just like Ike Taylor and Troy Polamalu can't do anything.
No, but
No,
again,
don't move. Ike Taylor gets
but again,
tricked every
the
time.
Ravens don't have that guy. I think
They have
the
Torrey
only
Smith
way
and Steve Smith.
the only way the Ravens will be able to win the game
Just running
is
the ball.
if Torrey Smith, and he's a Raven, he's a Steeler killer. I mean, he usually torches them at least once or twice a game, but he needs to step up. I think the only way, look, Forsett's going to have a good game. He's probably going to have 70 to 120 yards. He might have a touchdown. He's going to have a good game. I think Steve Smith might have a good game. He's not going to put up huge numbers, but he'll have 2 or 3 important catches on third down. But I think Torrey Smith needs to have a 2-touchdown game for us to win, because this game's going to be not necessarily a shootout.
It's gonna be a fist fight.
It's going to be a fist fight, but it's going to be a fist fight while the two are running, because it's going to be...
Yeah, because
this is going to be a high-scoring game.
another thing I want to say is that 2 days ago with the Browns versus the Ravens weren't doing anything at all until that one big play against Torrey Smith down the field.
Yeah.
And then he's right back. Torrey Smith got a touchdown, and the whole momentum shifted right there.
Yep.
So what the Steelers need to do is, I say, really, Torrey Smith's a problem, but Steve Smith's the bigger threat, because Steve Smith not only can he go down the field, he breaks tackles, he's strong for someone his size, and he can move the chains. And the problem with the Steelers defense, they're on the field too long. It doesn't matter what the offense they can do.
Yeah, but...
The Steelers defense is not the defensive.
Well, I'm a huge Raven fan, but if I had a gun to my head saying who's going to win, look, I think the Steelers are going to win, just because the fact is that...
They have a better offense?
Well, yes, but I don't see that spark. Like I said before, Torrey Smith needs to have a huge game, because I don't see that spark on the Ravens. If the Ravens cannot score more than 24 points against the Browns, the Jaguars, and the Texans, we're going to have a hard time against Steelers, and we're not going to be able to put up 15 points and win the game. Matt, what's your prediction?
Score-wise?
Yeah.
I say 30-18.
30 to 18?
Yeah, you get field goals. A lot of field goals. You're one of the best kickers in the league.
18? Okay. I'm sorry, you're saying the Ravens are going to win or Steelers?
Steelers.
All right, 30 to 18. All right, and I'm going to say that the Ravens are going to lose. It's going to be a close one, but again, a little bit of a shootout. It's going to be 27 to 31.
By a 4-point difference?
A 4-point difference. All right.
And then that
Next, on Sunday, we're going to have Indy versus the Bengals.
Here's my thing, is their game is at 1, isn't it? What time is their game?
1:05.
So here's the weird situations. It's playoffs, which usually for the Bengals is their Achilles heel, because Andy Dalton has shown he cannot perform in prime time or playoff games or any big kind of games. But it's 1 o'clock. It's not a prime time.
It's a prime time game, but it's prime time. Dude, there's 2 games that day.
True. I'm thinking about in his favor. Whenever he's been close to prime time or at least past 4 o'clock-ish, that's performed well.
Yeah, but it's prime time still.
Any 1 o'clock game, he's usually either dominating or he's getting a close victory.
Yeah.
I remember one time when he played against the Saints, I thought the Saints were going to destroy him. He just destroyed them.
Yeah.
And then he also played against the I think it was you guys week 1, and they were all over you. But then at 4:25, they played the Colts. The Colts gave him a donut. They didn't score a single point. And now they're playing the Colts again.
I think that the Bengals had a huge hurdle against the Broncos, which is going to give them momentum into, and they didn't play a bad game.
They played a great defensive game.
There was a point against the Steelers where they were driving before A.J. Green got hurt and fumbled, where I thought they were going to win the game. I thought they were going to go down the field and score a touchdown with no time left. If they have that same opportunity against the Colts, they're not going to fail. And I think that Andy Dalton beating one of the best quarterbacks in the league at home on a primetime game,
Monday night game,
it gave him the confidence to be able to look. Indianapolis is not playing very well. They're not playing horrible, but they're not playing very well.
They get a lot of drops.
And right now, Indianapolis is going like this. The Bengals are going like this, and I think it's going to go right past them. And I think they're going to end up winning the game.
I think it's going to come down to 2 things. One, can Andy Dalton make the throws and not make the interceptions he's been doing? And the same thing with Andrew Luck, because Andrew Luck's been throwing as many touchdowns to picks.
Mm-hmm.
Not all his fault. There are some drops, some tips, just with Andy Dalton. But it will come down to what quarterback makes the least amount of mistakes. It's going to be a shootout. I have the Bengals winning this game 30
Mhm.
to 28.
28-36. I'm going to have. I agree with the victory. I think the way they're going to win, though, is balance. I think they need to run the ball. They have a great running back. And they need to run the ball a lot. Colts are horrible at
Against the
defending
run.
the run. I think right now, like I said, the Bengals are they're moving up in the running game where the Colts are moving down in the passing game. And I think that will just take advantage. I think this is actually going to be the biggest, not blowout, but a game where Bengals dominate and Colts need to
And they're playing for Marvelous's job.
and they are. And so I really think the Bengals are going to take care of business. I'm also going to say that they have 28 points. I'm going to say it's going to be 28 to
21.
17.
But then that leaves us with the last game.
Cowboys Lions.
How about them Cowboys?
No
one saw this coming from the beginning of the season. The Cowboys were the worst team in the league. They're like one of the fourth or fifth best teams. Right now.
They weren't worse. They were 8-8.
But they thought with that defense, they're going to be horrible.
Yeah.
So they're playing the Lions with Ndamukong Suh suspended for 1 game.
Now, is he suspended?
It's suspended for 1 game.
Okay.
It's a legit.
It's a fact.
So
It's a legit
with
fact.
that, DeMarco Murray is going to have a field day because he is the middle of that defense. He is the one who gets in the backfield. I mean, they have great passers about him, but he's the meat of that defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and with that offensive line that Dallas has, is like one of the best in the league. DeMarco Murray can just run any which way he wants. There's going to be a lane. And the best part of it with the Cowboys they've been doing is now their balance. Tony Romo's not doing all the work, which means Tony Romo can throw at least 20 times. He got 4 touchdowns against the Colts. He threw it 20 times, 18 for 20, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's going to need to only throw the ball less than
30 times.
Less than 30 times to have a solid day. But you know what, though? I think even without Sue, I think the Lions have a good enough defense where they're going to stop Murray to under 100. And if they stop Murray to under 100, that means, or just a running game as a whole, under 100, that means Tony Romo is going to have to put up at least 300 yards. And I don't think that's going to happen.
The only thing I worry about the Lions defense is that they make wins. You don't expect them to win, and then when you expect them to win, they don't make the wins. Like, against Atlanta, when you're down 21 to, like, 3 or 6, and you defense holds them for third and fourth quarter to have your offense get back in the game and win you the game, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But the problem with that offense has been stagnant the last couple of weeks. It just doesn't produce points.
The Lions?
Yes. Against Aaron Rodgers, he had truly opportunities to actually get back in the game. Fumbles, miscues, Dax Everett just throwing it completely away from his receivers.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's going to be a close game.
Actually, I don't think it's going to be close at all. I think the Cowboys are just going to outscore them. The defense is going to play well, but the Cowboys just put up so many points. It's going to be like against the Colts, I think. They're going to put up 40 points on the Lions.
40. All right, and
the Lions put up like 14.
14. All right. I'm going to agree with you with the Cowboys winning, but not by that much. I'm going to say Lions are going to put up a little more points. I'm going to say the score is going to be 28-20. Because, both teams have, solid deep. Look, Lions aren't no Colts when it comes to defense.
Yeah.
So I think pass rush is going to get to them and everything. But I think at the end of the day, I just think that the Lions are not as good as a football team as the Cowboys, especially the Cowboys being home in Jerryland. But look, I wouldn't be surprised.
World.
Whatever. But if I had to say one of these games, I wouldn't be surprised if the other team won. I would say the Lions. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions won. I hope the Ravens win.
I hope the Lions. I'm not the Lions. I hope the. We. I hope to. We're gonna edit this out. So.
All right. So guys, check out other videos, guys. We got a couple videos coming up today. We got a Hobbit review. We got a core review, series review. Watch our NFL picks and talk about the games next week. Subscribe to us, like us, all that jazz. Check us out on Facebook.
See what matters now next week.
What matters now next week. See you.